Okay, I got a quick informational video here about the IPR remote oil cooler. Gonna make this video and send it over to Vince. I didn't know if he wanted to share it with any potential people that may have had a problem. What happened was, I guess there was a bad batch of these studs. These studs right here, and they were just a bit too long. And what happens is, when you go to bolt your little cap, here, I'll show you this one. When you go to, when you bolt this thing on, you know, and I don't know which way this thing goes, but anyways, when you bolt it on, essentially, this piece right about here, actually, yeah, it goes something like this, or hang on, it goes something like this, and what happens is, right here where the turbo feed line is, it sits right over top of that stud, and since they were just a tad bit too long, you can see the little indentation it made, and you can actually see the crack. It cracked my housing. When I got this stuff all bolted back together, it was leaking oil from, where was it? Right here. You can't see the crack on this side real good, but it's just that whole little seam. I mean, it was just gushing out of there. And I called Vince to see if he had another one that I could buy, because I guess I thought I over torqued it or something, but I know that I didn't. And it turns out he knew right away that there was a problem with these. So I'm going to show you real quick, just in case you got one of these kits. This is how you can check to make sure that yours is good or not. So like I said, the stud is just a bit too long, and I don't know if you can tell kind of here or not. It's a very small difference, but the one in the front here has already been replaced with a good stud. So we'll take a look and see exactly how tall it is. So where are we at? We're just over 3/4, so just about 3/4 of an inch. Actually, yeah, that's right on the money for 3/4 of an inch. So that's the good one. Now if you have a bad one, and this will be off the plate, you know, nothing bolted up, and the bad one is about a 1/16 over that. So if you have actually that's almost an eighth of an inch up over that. So like I said, the difference is very, very small. I've got the two good and the bad lined up here together, so you can see, I believe they're lined up pretty close. You can see the difference right there at the bottom. Just barely taller, but just enough to crack it. The only one I think you have to replace is this front one. Well, you know, I don't know which one it is. I'm obviously going to replace both of them. One of the problems I had was one of these little things broke on me, and that may have been my fault, I'm not sure, but so I've got the spares, but you could cut them down. You actually don't even have to take this stuff. If you bolted this into the truck, you don't even have to take this out. What you can do is you can just take the intake off and all that stuff, and leave this thing bolted up to the housing underneath there, and leave that bolted in the motor. And then you can actually just take a grinder and cut this off, and if you ever did take it off, when you back the nut off, it'll actually fix up the threads and clean them up for you. But just got to cover everything up so metal doesn't get down in the intake ports and all that good stuff. So anyways, that's the little I guess recall, if you will, on studs for this remote oil cooler. So alright, see you guys.